So let's take a look at what we're looking for. All right, so what we're doing, we're in an uptrend right now. Our zones are up. Our dual trend filter is up. So we have an LG1 strategy and we have an LG2 strategy. Okay, so when do you turn on the LG1? When do you turn on the LG2? The LG1 is what's called a failure trade against overall zone. So this is a failure trade. And then our LG2 is with trend only. And this is with zone trend only. Zone trend only. So you have two different strategies you can turn on. If you want strictly looking for the failure trade, that's LG2 that you have. You can turn that on, toggle it on. You have your predetermined stops, targets. Okay. You can have your speakers on. If you want to turn that on, you just simply go into your indicator and you can turn it on with an alert system. You can turn the alert on to 4 if you want for the beep. I believe beep is 4 or 3. You can turn that on to 3 or 4, whatever you want. And when you get this and have failure clicked, checked. So when that comes up, that yellow candle comes up, you can turn on your LG1 to get the first liquidity grab, which is here. So you'd simply just turn it on. It's a matter of just clicking it on. So what you would do is you would turn it on right here, click it on, enable, click, and it's going to take the first liquidity grab after the failure trade. Now I have break even +1 after 5 ticks on this. That's why I broke even. If you have that off, you had a big runner on this. So you don't have to go break even if you don't want to, or you can have your targets a little bit farther away. If you do that, let me show you, for example, you got the targets that are running here. So you got some nice targets. So you get some nice targets running in that way also if you want to. But if you want to go break even, it's totally up to you guys. Or if you want to have larger targets than just 5 ticks. Most traders go between 5 and 12 ticks on their first target. And they got break even +1. So, but this is what's called an LG1. Why? If zone trend is red, if you get the first yellow candle that comes up, your speaker will give you a beep that you have to turn on the strategy, and you get the failure possible move to the upside. So that's an LG1 trade. Then we're looking for an LG2 trade. Now this is what I posted in the room. If you look at it, 941, we got 60, 90 and a quarter resistance. The target gap is 6102. So we're looking for 6102 move after news comes out with the CPI coming at 8:30. We got about 9 more minutes. So we'll want to turn the strategy off. Want to turn the strategy off, wait till news post, and then try to get the first V bottom with the overall trend direction. So this is an LG2 only with trend. So we have two strategies. We have LG1 that's against zone trend. You'll see a yellow trigger candle that fires if you have a failure. If you just go into your indicator, click failure, you can have it on your own separate chart. So you can set up 2 charts. You can set up one for LG1 trades that are against trend. You'll see a yellow trigger candle fire. You'll just simply turn it on, and it got in this nice move, 87 3/4. The potential was all the way at 97, 10 points. So that was a 10-point run off of the LG1 potential just at 7:15 this morning. Now what we're looking for a V bottom to come in. So we'll see a V bottom come in. You can turn on the LG2 and try to get in the run. Now we're getting close to news, so we'll have a chance at this all the way to around 8:27, 8:28. I like to turn it off 3 minutes before, 3 minutes after, but a lot of you guys are 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. You don't want to trade these strategies through the news events. But we can clearly see our dual trend filter is up. Our dual trend filter is up. So if you're looking for an LG2, it's trying to form a V bottom right now, a sweet spot V bottom trade. So we'll see if we get a green candle. So you can keep the LG2 off until you get a green candle that forms like this. Here's our failure trade buy. That's an LG1. That's when you would turn it on. That's when we had the yellow trigger candle that fired on your own computers. You can have it, the speakers turned on. That will fire for you if you get the failure checked. That will fire for you. So there's LG1 here. And now the strategy to get you in the entry, stop, and targets. We're going to see if this can V bottom like this. And then if it V bottoms, we'll simply turn the strategy on. It's one click, as simple as that. It comes right on with one click of the mouse. Once this gets a V bottom, and then it'll get in the first liquidity grab buy with your automated stop, automated targets, and automated entry. Now, our overall target, when you look at targets on these things, on these trades, are these gaps. So the gap we're looking for is right here. How did I come up with this gap? I posted in the room at 7:41 this morning. 60.90 and a quarter resistance, target gap 61.02. So what you want to do is you want to look at previous market profile on our profiles. So if we skinny this down, and we're skinny the profiles down, we can see that we have resistance. I'll be outside of here, I'm sorry. We got resistance up here at 61.02, like 61.25 and 02. There's our previous control. So, and then the breakdown is going to be 75.25 all the way down to 62.75. So we got a big gap below us. Here's where the sell stops are going to be in the market below us and above us. So let's take a look at them. This is a previous market profile. We have a big gap below us this week. This will last the next couple of days. Sell stop should be right below 60.75. That should drive us down to the next gap of 60.63. And then we got a possible run of 61.01 to the upside. Once we break out, 60.01 to the upside. Now new market profile shifted to 90.25. We'll leave there. So there's our opening gap. There's our nice gap. That's the target, 61.02 today, if we can reach it with news coming out. So news is going to post here in about 4 minutes. You want to keep the strategy off. It's too close. We are looking for a V bottom. Look at our dual trend filter over here. Our dual trend filter is green, green. So we're only looking for a buy setup. We're looking for an LG2 V bottom buy. Here's our first gap target. Here's our second gap target. First gap target 02, and then we got a big run to 16. And then we got 75.5 all the way down to 63 if we break that gap target also. So we're looking for green, green. News comes out in 3 minutes. We'll watch the dual trend filter. The dual trend filter is going to tell us what to do, right? It's going to tell us, like, right now we're looking for an LG2 because it's on the LG2 strategy, it's only looking for longs with trend. So when you turn on the strategy and let it manage your entry, stop, and targets, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for an LG1 anymore because LG1 is only for failure trades. Only when this yellow trigger fires. and it got you in right here for that 10-point run potential. Here at 715. Now we're looking for another possible V bottom with an LG2 strategy entry. Very simple. So you can trade either strategy you want. You can trade them both if you want. It's a simple click in the mouse. The great thing about these strategies, it takes the emotion out of the trade, totally removes the emotion of the entry. The fills will be fast because it is a strategy. It puts your stop in and puts your targets in automatically for you. And it's very, very straightforward. It's black and white. Right now, we're only looking for LG2 to turn on LG2 after a V bottom comes in. So once we get a V bottom comes in, you can turn the strategy on, and our target run is going to be 61.01 a quarter and then 61.15. Some big upside if we do that. Now, we'll switch gears. If we break the line in the sand is down here, line in the sand this morning, very simple, is 80, 60, 83 and a quarter. So we know exactly what to do this morning. That's a beautiful thing about the system. It's very straightforward. There's only a couple setups. There's LG1, LG2. That's it. You have two setups. You have either a failure trade with a yellow trigger breaking through the zone, or you have a trend trade and only going with dual trend filter. And that's it. All right, so news comes out in 1 minute. We'll let the market sell down after news, and then we'll go to work, and we'll try to look for a V bottom with overall trend direction. That's what we're looking for with the news on the release. And CPI just came out. So CPI just came out, just released. We got a release. So now we're in a downtrend. Obviously, big news. Let it settle down for about 3 minutes, around 8:33. Look how fast it is. This is a news event. That's why we do not trade the strategy through a news event. 3 minutes before, shut it off. 3 minutes after, let it settle down. Once it settles down, we're going to let the dual trend filter tell us which way we're going to go. Right now it's 8:30. Let it settle down to around 8:32, 8:33. Then we're going to stock trades and start getting in some of these setups. All right, so it's around 8:30 right now. We'll let it settle down 3 minutes. We're going to go to work. We're going to look at these opening gaps. What we want to match up is this is a dual trend filter red. We'll want to match up V bottoms like this, V tops, like this. But we're going to wait till this market sells down a little bit. Settle down, and then we'll go back to work and look for dual trend filter, buys or sells with LG1, LG2.